That's right. And we're live, folks, in the building. This and that with your boy, Mr. 357, Dimebag Dan, and tonight's guest, Wolf Danger.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Wolf Danger, former four-time FTW champion, one-time Bull Skull champion, one-time Extreme GW champion.
What else?
Uh,
So you
yeah.
got?
Hold up. I got it real quick.
That,
The YouTube Championship.
that's correct. That's correct. YouTube.
And
That
that's
was
pretty
when.
much it.
That's when we were lit on YouTube. Oh
Can y'all
yeah.
hear me?
I can hear you perfectly fine. We good here, man. We good to go. So, talk to us. What's going on, man? What's been going on with Wolf Danger? You're back after a short little break. All of a sudden, you came back, set the shit on fire. So, talk to us about that. What for
So
sudden gimmick
really,
change?
what I wanted to do was I wanted to get Wolf Danger back into the storylines of GW by building him up as a heel and just take what I've learned from the past, things I've learned while being heel, and just turn that into like my own character while being in purgatory and just go beyond as a mega heel. Like for
Yeah,
an example, WCW Sting with the Crow.
right. He wasn't the Stinger no more. He was Dark Sting, the Crow.
Oh yeah, I'm that dark wolf that they've never seen before.
Word. So, what made you come up with that? What gave that? What motivated you, the inspiration to make that happen? Come back as Wolf Danger, the heel, like the Stinger.
So what inspired me to do was the WCW Sting when he was the Surfer Sting. He got the idea from I think it was Kevin Nash. I don't know, but he got the idea of just like being like a what's it called like a outcast, like an antisocial outcast who just doesn't speak but lets his movement and what he does impact the performance he puts on. Like he, WCW Sting, you know, you've rarely got to hear him talk, and so with that and whatever he did in the ring, that's what he was there to do. Like he never talked. He put a show on for the people that way. And for that, I want to do this. I want to try and do the same thing, but elevate it
Right.
more towards being like an epic heel. Like I can talk, I can do promos and all that stuff, and it wouldn't be a big deal. But I just feel like if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna commit to it and give the fans what they want. Like if they want to see a heel wolf, I'll give them a heel wolf. If they want to see a face wolf, I'll give them a face wolf. But like
What you feel more comfortable? What?
sometimes you just gotta try something new
That's
and go
correct.
along with it.
What do you prefer? What do you prefer more if you had to choose? Like, would you go heel or would you go directly into, you know, like being a face? Like, because everybody loved you and shit back then, so you know how that was.
I'd probably have to say being a baby face because I can just be. Because in general, if you get to know me, I'm pretty chill and I'm pretty nice, and I feel like I can apply that and put it onto the baby face Wolf Danger, and just being more of an inspiration to other people, just like Cody Rhodes. Like,
Like Cody.
but yeah,
We're gonna get
and
into that too in a second. Yeah, yeah, I'm
and
here.
for being a heel, I could be a heel if I wanted to. I prefer being a baby face more.
You're better at it, basically, right?
Yeah, I can always have time to work on my heel skills, like when it comes to promos, matches, and all that stuff.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because that's what I basically do. I think I'm better as a heel than I am as a face. And even though I never tried it though, but we'll see. Maybe GW might be into a surprise soon. But I like it better being a heel because it gives you more leverage to trash talk people
Yeah,
and shit. You
gives
know what
me
I mean?
more freedom of like bringing out that kind of anger,
Correct.
but applying it into kayfabe.
Correct. Correct. Talking about kayfabe, you watch any like wrestling movies about biographies of wrestlers, like basically like the whole the Von Erichs, the Cody Rhodes families, the Dusties, the
Oh yeah,
Rhodes,
those
basic.
documentaries.
They got a lot of good ones.
Oh yeah, I liked the Cody Rhodes story on Peacock. I think that was pretty good, and it gave a
Yeah, it's a
very
WWE one. Yeah, yeah.
descriptive information. And for the Von Erichs movie that's coming out with
The Iron Claw.
the Iron Claw, yeah, with Zac Efron, Jeremy Allen White, and then MJF. I think that's gonna be a pretty good movie.
Yeah, Lip. MJF is in it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I
I,
think he's just like an extra character,
yeah,
like
yeah.
extra role.
I think I kind of seen him. I think I seen the movie. That's why I was saying because I don't remember seeing him. It's my co-host, by the way. He's in there.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice to meet you.
Demon X is in the building.
Demon X, baby. You already know.
That's good.
Uh,
What's up, Wolf Danger?
yeah,
How
man.
you doing?
We got co-hosts just in case. Like like I'm trying to explain to people. Sometimes I have to like step away from the studio from the microphone for a second. So usually my co-host will take over and hold it down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, so talking about that, right? So the Cody Rhodes documentary, like you said, it was pretty good. It's not lose topic on that. Um, the one that I liked the most, to be honest, was the Shawn. So far, the Shawn Michaels one is the best one
Okay, interesting.
because the thing with Cody is that no offense to Cody, man, because I think he's great. I think he's gonna be a legend one day. He's gonna be a future Hall of Famer for sure. He's too much of a crybaby. You know what I'm saying? Like he cries too much. It's always about daddy this and my dad did that and my dad should be champion. You know what I mean? Like his dad never won the NWA title. Well, what's going on? Like I understand
Yeah.
the WWE title is more important, but jeez, you know
He talks too much about it and puts it as the main topic of why he returned.
that is correct. Yeah, like he puts it too much out there. You get what I'm saying? Like I get it. Like we know that you know with your dad. We know what your dad done. We know your dad's official with it. But come on, man, give it up.
Yeah, because ever since Cody returned, and when you think of Cody Rhodes returning to WWE, you just think of him talking about the story and his dad without just like wrestling, like just regular wrestling.
Yeah, wrestling.
I just feel like he riding his daddy's coattail. That's how I feel about that.
I
You know
agree
what I'm
with that
saying?
too.
I
You
agree.
know. But yeah, and in my opinion, Cody Rhodes is trash.
Really,
Yeah,
I think
I feel.
Cody's. I think
I think
Cody's the
he's too
great. I think he's one
overhyped.
of the goats. I think he's not overrated and he's not underrated. He's like perfect where he is. The thing is, I don't know when they're gonna give him that push. I think the next big push will be Damian Priest. If we're talking WWE, that is
Damian Priest, I
Damian
can get
Priest.
with that. I can get where you're at with it.
Yeah,
You know, I feel like they fucked up with the LA Knight situation too because I thought LA Knight was gonna get that push, but
I agree. I agree.
Yeah, they doing LA Knight wrong.
no, they did him wrong. No, they didn't do him wrong. They did him wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now I think it's like another chance where if he ever does get another chance, it's gonna be too late. Like too late.
Yeah, man.
I could see Damian Priest being like a mega heel champion. Like he can cash in on Seth Rollins or whatever. And then I think Finn I actually have a scenario planned for that. Damian Priest cashes in the money in the bank, becomes champion.
Uh,
The Judgment Day kicks out Finn Balor from the group. Finn Balor faces Damian Priest, and then Finn Balor finally defeats Damian Priest into becoming the finally world champion like he was supposed to be.
Hmm. I
yeah.
like that.
I also have a scenario about that too. Though I feel that what I'm saying, like, 'cause there's a lot of heat between Damian Priest and Finn Balor, and I think Finn Balor, if he does happen to win that world title, Finn Balor is going to leave the Judgment Day, and like you said, challenge Damian Priest for the title. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hmm. I think I don't know. So let's see a prediction. What's the next pay per view? Royal Rumble, right? What's,
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
let's hear the predictions for Royal Rumble. What you guys got?
I got Randy
I'm
Orton.
gonna tell you mine. I'm gonna tell you mine after because I don't wanna not taking my answer. So go ahead.
I got Randy Orton winning the Rumble.
Randy Orton.
I got as much as I'd like to think it can happen, I'm not sure. I'd like to see either Sami Zayn or Kevin Owens. Because Sami Zayn, I feel like he's world champion material, but
They
the
keep
fact is they're not pushing him to be like a world champion. And with CM Punk returning and all that stuff, man, there's no telling if anybody else other than CM Punk could win the Royal Rumble.
I don't think he's
But
winning
if
it.
there's
It's
anyone I think who's an underdog who can win it, it'd have to be Sami Zayn.
check out the plot twist though. Yeah, ready for this one?
Go for it.
The winner of the Royal Rumble will be Finn Balor. He's gonna go on to decide who he chooses to fight at the Mania, which most likely it might be, uh, whoever got the Seth Rollins World Title, or he could cash in, or he could go for the WWE World Universal Title, right? So
Yeah.
while he does that,
He lost.
whoever he decides to do that to, he's gonna get it. He's gonna win the Rumble. He's gonna go on to the main event, and in the main event, guess what's gonna happen? Damian Priest is gonna cash in and beat him for the title that he just won.
Oh,
Huh?
I
that'll
like it.
stir some shit up.
That was definitely stir shit up.
Yeah, I like that. I like that idea. But yeah, I can see that happening too.
I think for the women's Royal Rumble, I'd have to go with either Liv Morgan or Becky Lynch.
Really? You know who's gonna win that one for me?
Who's that?
Jade Cargill,
That's an interesting move.
because she's gonna just pop up out of nowhere because she hasn't showed up yet in the rest of the match. She's gonna show up and make a big bang, and she's probably gonna see Rhea Ripley at the Mania.
Imagine this plot twist.
Shoot.
It comes down to number 30. All of a sudden, the lights go out, and next thing you hear is the coin drop.
Coin drop.
Kazuchika Okada.
Oh shit.
Imagine you just hear that. The whole arena will go freaking nuts.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, that would be crazy. That actually sounds crazy. What do you think about, now that we're on the topic of crazy, what do you think about The Rock's return and how he's trying to throw in directs that he's gonna fight Roman Reigns?
Um,
I'm not hype at all. I think that match is like that's not
I
even a hype. That's not even a hype match. Like
I think
that match.
that's a desperate move from WWE if you ask me.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
yeah,
desperate.
yeah.
I don't.
That,
I don't think it was. I don't think it was kind of right to do like getting segment with Jinder Mahal. I mean, yeah, he was a former WWE champion, but like he's not the big star like he used to be. It's like you return, you get in a segment with him, and then after that you just go straight to Roman Reigns. Like that made 0 sense.
yep. That doesn't make no sense at all. At all. And if it does happen, I see Roman pulling that out. You know what I'm saying? I don't see Brock losing. I don't see Roman losing his belt until WrestleMania 40, bro. That's real talk.
I'm
You
gonna
know what I'm
be
saying?
honest. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even think he would lose the title then. I think at this point, just to break the record to set it, he's got to pass Hogan. The only way he passes Hogan is by SummerSlam. He has to make it a
And then I
SummerSlam to
think he's
pass
gonna
Hogan.
lose it at. If Roman Reigns retains the title, he's gonna lose that in the next SummerSlam.
That makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's yeah. Yeah, it is right. SummerSlam, yeah, that'd be what? It'd be over. It'd be like what? What is he at now? 1,000 what?
He's 1,000 something, but
2002 something.
yeah,
Yeah.
I know Hogan is like 1,400 something days.
I'll be damned if he holds it and beats Bruno San Martino's record.
Then it will have to be like two more WrestleManias.
Yeah.
That's too much.
Never know, bro. You never know.
Mhm.
You never know. You know.
Yeah. Well, WWE got his way of screwing people. See what they do to
Oh yeah.
people.
Yeah.
I think
But
eventually we'll see MJF in WWE.
oh, I see that happening. I think he went to AEW just to get his pop. So now when if he does come to WWE, it's gonna be on some wow.
Yeah.
And if
You know,
MJF goes to WWE, AEW is gonna sink.
AEW sinking already, man. They keep what their problem is that they keep bringing in people like Sting, Flair. Like, why you need old people like that? You don't need those people. You get what I'm saying? Like, you need a
Yeah.
young. You got a lot of young talent that are hungry, that are worth putting them out there. You know what I mean? So don't do that. Don't steal their shine, because that's what happened to WCW. WCW fell because of that reason. They didn't want to drop the title to Brett. They didn't want to drop the title to Jeff Jarrett. Jeff Jarrett was still like in his prime when he had the chance to become when he was the WCW heavyweight champ. And you saw what they did, Vince Russo, what he did, and because Hogan wanted the belt, it's in his contract. Every time Hogan appears, he has to be world champ.
Hmm.
So shout out to Savage Vega and shout out to Tolos the God for being in the audience, man. Appreciate y'all for coming. We in here live with Wolf Danger, this and that.
It's good.
Yeah, man. But it's little things like that that make the game, like that make the culture of wrestling like trash.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. Facts.
Vince. I think Vince got too old for a point where he kept fucking up the stories. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
and we're gonna keep continuing adultery and all that stuff.
yeah, he tried
He
to.
ain't gonna. I'm sorry to say this, but I don't think he's gonna be seeing the pearly gates after what he's done in that segment backstage with John Cena and Booker T. My
Yeah, he'll buy himself a ticket up there.
God.
Vince is a billionaire. Yeah, man. It's sad what happened to Shane too in that WrestleMania 39. Came in and he tore his quad or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. I remember that. I remember seeing that.
Yeah, they had Snoop recover from they fumbled the ball and Snoop picked it up and spanked the Miz. That was funny. But yeah, man. So let's talk GW. Um, you said that you're basically more comfortable as a face than a heel, and you came back as the crow sting. If you want to like compare you to somebody, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
What's next?
Probably what's next
Trying to be
is
GW World Champion or something, or what?
being GW World Champion. That could happen, but I'd say just not right now because I've got stuff going on. Storm's got stuff going on. I don't want to go in at the wrong timing and then get caught up in like whatever stuff is going on and all that stuff. I like to keep it respectful, but also not get involved in what he's got going on. So anytime there's an opportunity for me to become GEW champion, I'm gonna capitalize it.
Nice.
But as of right now, the next plan is you'll have to find out and watch.
That's
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 all I gotta say.
that's 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 perfect. That's the right answer, actually. Yo, Savage, Tolos, you guys are in the chat. You guys can hear my guests. Let me get a thumbs up or globe or something out there in the chat to make sure y'all hear Wolf Danger and you hear Demon X.
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir. Ada's been busy too with the storylines and shit. You know, working and working. Yo, you guys
Yeah.
hear us?
Yo, yo, yo. Pop a 40 and check your rollies. It's crime time.
Talk to him. So, GW, we gotta wait to see what's next from Wolf Danger. We already know. Don't be surprised if you see him coming for that world title, Storm.
Hmm.
That's if he's still world champ by the next pay per view. Doubt it. Anyway, though, so you guys, you know, it's a coincidence that both of you guys are both Denver Bronco fans.
Facts.
Who? All I know is me and La Tormenta are Broncos fans. I don't know anybody else.
Yeah. Well, the
Broncos
Tormentor,
country, let's ride.
yeah, he's a Bronco fan. I think the Cowboys would smoke y'all if we was to play y'all again.
Yeah, I haven't beat it since '93, bro. Come on now.
It's 94.
You're next. This is your
94,
team.
94, 93. That was last
Who's
time
your
y'all won.
team?
Who?
You.
I'm a Bronco fan, bro.
Okay. Nice.
Cowboy Nation all the way.
Bronco country, baby.
Tried. Funny story. I've told DVD before. When I was in school for college, I looked on this app to see who was on my class. I look at the name. Tony Pollard was in my class.
Yep.
That's funny.
Me thinking it was the real dude, and the next day I went to class. I walked up to him and I was like, I thought it was the dude from the calories, and he said, "Yeah, that's my cousin," and shook my hand.
That's that's probably cap. He's probably lying about that. But
He probably was.
I mean, where you from? Where you at? Where you live at right now?
Virginia.
You're in Virginia, so it's no way. That's because
Yeah.
well, you then again you never know because I don't really know where Tony Paul is from actually. He could have used something like yeah I'm Junior, or you know what I mean. It would have been
Yeah.
better. It would have came out way better. Like oh yeah that's my dad, you know. But not my
Says on here
cousin.
he's from Memphis, Tennessee.
Oh well there you go. He's lying.
Hell yeah.
But yeah man, fucking fuck the Broncos.
Hey.
We're not talking
Watch your
football
mouth.
here. You guys done shit at the moment. Fucked up the whole moment.
Dak ain't got that Super Bowl in his system. He don't got that in his system.
You talking about
So
Chokey Dak?
so we got a
Oh yeah.
question. We got a question from none of the audience members.
All right.
Um, it's for you, Wolf. It says, who will be your top five picks as a partner to form a tag team with in
Is that
GW?
talking about like if I had to pick top five, or would it be like
You'll get
top five tag partners I've tagged with?
basically he's asking, give him five names from the GW roster that you would team up with to make a tag team. It doesn't
Okay.
matter. It doesn't matter the order either.
I'd probably have to say Hopkins, um, Hopkins, SGK. Um,
That's two.
Another one would have to be Adam Styles, not Adam Jones.
You got to make sure you corrected that one because Adam
Yeah,
Jones.
Troy Andrews. I think that's four now. And
That is four.
then the last would probably have to be probably David Pope.
David Pope. Oh shit! I was not expect. That was a left fielder. That was one from left field. That was a good picks. He didn't say Jones, Savage. He didn't
I
say
said Adam
Jones. He
Styles.
said Styles. Yeah, I got confused over that too because he had to make sure he corrected that as soon as he said it.
We got another question.
Yeah, the other question is, give us five GW guys you make a story with.
Uh, I'd probably have to say Storm, Dimebag Dan, which is you. Um, Bobo the Clown.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Um,
It's another left fielder.
La Tormenta.
I don't
And
think La
then,
Tormenta is with us anymore.
what's that?
I don't think he's with us anymore. We got a
Oh,
couple people that left actually. Unless you're
okay.
talking about the Tormentor, which is
Yeah, La Tormentor.
all right. Well, that's Demon X. Is that's my co-host.
Okay, yeah,
That's who. That's
Demon
who.
X.
That's who he's in here. Wow, you work a storyline with him? That's dope. I could see that.
And then last would probably have to be probably Savage.
Yeah, Savage is out of character. Savage is one of the guys that you could say he's like a genius when it comes to these like storyline shit. He's like a mastermind when it comes to shit like that. Too
And when
bad
it
it's
comes down to this to a storyline, if I'm in, I'm all
yeah.
going
Make
into
sure
it. Like I
this
will work it out, like mega.
yeah I know you do. Just make sure that the storylines stay 50-50 because what happened to you last time, man. I didn't think we ever see you again after that shit. But thank
Oh yeah, Robert J.
yeah. Shout out to Robert J, by the way, too, if you're out there listening. Maybe one day get you on the show. Who knows? But yeah, like that storyline. I told him about it. I told him, when this shit went down, I was like, you kind of killed them off in the storyline. You know what I mean? Like we gotta keep it. Like let's be fair. You know what I mean? Then
Yeah,
and then crazy part is that you whooped his ass, and he won, and he lost this like he lost the battle. But that's if you really look at it, that was perfect that you won, because
yeah,
you've been losing ever since, and you were trapped inside the asylum. That's what they called it. And so
right.
basically, it's like you escaped, you fought him for the title, you beat him, won the title, escaped the asylum, and boom. You shouldn't be
Yeah,
mad. That's how the storyline should have ended anyway. You get what I'm saying? If he would have ended it by him winning, then you
it
know
would make sense.
it wouldn't have make sense. It would have the story would have to continue. You get what I'm saying? Because it had to be you win the storyline. You had to get the last win in order for the storyline to finish. So
Yeah,
I think it
we got
worked out
another
perfect the way
question.
it did. That's the only time 2K actually ever came correct in something because they usually always fucking up. You know how it goes.
Yeah. Top five GW superstars I'm hesitant to get in the ring with. Ooh, that's a good question.
That's actually,
I
see, he
probably
comes
have.
out with some fucking curveballs, this boy. Shout out to Savage Vega, man.
I probably have. I probably have to go with Storm.
You
Um,
hesitant to get in the ring with Storm?
I mean, he's a little bit challenging with how his call Andre Storm is like. It's like a martial arts dude.
He's beatable. Crazy. I had him. Now let me stop talking shit. Let him get his moment. You gotta let him get his moment. He whooped my ass. He earned it. I was
Really,
supposed
other
to lose
than
the
that,
title.
I'm not really hesitant to get in the ring with anybody else.
You shouldn't be. But you're right. Storm is when it comes to like creating cause and all that. Storm is actually gifted with that. You know, like he got that whole shit down pack when it comes to moves. I guess people have time to. You get what I'm saying? Like some people have time where they can take hours and create and do whatever they got to do. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Where when it comes to certain people, we don't got that privilege. So
yeah, and that's something
man,
that we
fuck you,
should.
bro. Not good.
That's something we should not take for granted because one day it could be like 20 to 30 years from now that we may never have character creations like people who create cause in the future. Like it'll just like fade away and all that stuff. You've got people who are so gifted at what they do. It's special.
It is. I agree.
Probably another one.
I'm gonna I'm gonna tell you the truth, right? Like if there ever comes to a point in the future where you transfer over your consciousness to, I guess, a computer system, I'm
Uh-huh.
I'm transferring mine over to DBD, man, because that boy's ruthless. That boy's
Like
ruthless.
robots or something.
When it comes to being in character, man, a lot of people do their job. A lot of people know what they're doing and shit. But you guys can never ever deny the fact that I don't push this fucking brand to the next level. You get what I'm saying? Like no matter what it is, I could lose a million times. I'm still like talked about.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So
Basically, the point is, if you're not having fun doing this, then
yeah, why
what's
are
the
you
point
here?
on being here?
Why are you here? Exactly my point. Could have said it better.
Yeah.
Look at that.
I mean, we lose some, we win some. If you lose some, oh well, get over it. It's just a game. You're gonna get better overall. You gotta learn from your mistakes and turn them into success.
I agree. I agree. And this is like I said earlier, man. This is the future, bro. This creating wrestler shit. It's just like you said. Everybody wanted to be like they wanted to do this, right? You wanted to become a wrestler, right? So
Yeah.
now all of a sudden you couldn't do it in life, in real life, right? So you figured I got time in my hands. I got like I got like something in my mind that I think I can make realistic, right? So you look at it and
Yeah.
you're like, yo, I'm gonna create a virtual reality figure of myself, and I'm gonna use that, and I'm gonna play that off like I'm a real fucking wrestler. So you go out there and you do your promos, you talk your shit. Some of you guys be going crazy though. You guys have videos doing your promos. You guys have fucking little effects on your videos and shit. I'm like, yo, these fucking guys, man, look at you. You
Yeah,
know,
and some of the wrestlers we have in the GW, most of them are actually like real wrestlers. Like for example, Hopkins. I know he did like a
that's
indie
correct.
show at one point.
That's correct. Yeah, he did.
Then Bobo the Clown. I think he
That's correct.
trained for a little bit.
Yeah, that's correct. Remember, these guys, and this thing too is there's also an age difference between certain people. So it looks at it like sometimes we be talking crazy, but the people in their age groups they understand that, and some people don't. So they look at it like you you know like you're being a bully or you're You're doing, but you can't be a bully when you're cyber. Like I don't understand, man. Like a lot of things change in life. You know, a lot of people got soft in real life, and
Oh yeah,
you know,
people.
can't take a
2024 has
joke.
gone softer than baby shit.
Absolutely, it's been like that since I think it's been like that since 2017. I want to say.
Yeah.
You know, it's like things so sensitive. Like what happened to the South Park era? You know, where everybody could just talk the way they talk in South Park and not offend. You know,
Oh yeah.
I don't know. It's crazy, but you know we got to deal with it because we can't do nothing. We're minorities. It comes down to it. Everybody's even now in America. Welcome,
Mm-hmm.
welcome to the real world. But yeah, GW, right? Um, I see that you joined. Well, before I even say that, how do you feel how A Dot runs his? Shout out to A Dot Jizzle, by the way, CEO of GW Global Productions owner. Um, how do you feel how he runs the EFED? That he runs how he runs GW. How do you feel about that? You think it's fair the way he runs it compared the way he treats you and everybody else, like all the other talents, or what do you think? Just tell me
I
how you
think
feel
he
how he runs it.
I think he runs it pretty fair. He gives pretty much mostly everyone a chance to prove themselves, like what can they do and how they shine amongst other people. Like if you go up to him with the storyline idea and actually work with him, he'll work with you into trying to make it happen. Like he every time I came up to him for like a pitch storyline and all that stuff, we've made it work. Hasn't happened. It just doesn't happen right away because you got to take like little steps. It's not going to happen overnight.
It's true.
But yeah, he's been really good in playing it really fair, and I think that makes I feel like that's what makes GW special from amongst other E-Feds.
That's what makes us different. Yeah, that's actually a good answer. You're right, and I can second that. I agree. Like you know, he treats everybody pretty fair. He gives you, you know, I like the fact that when you're a new guy and you try to prove yourself, I like that he throws you in there against like five other motherfuckers at the same time in order to whoever wins out of all the six new guys. So out of the six new guys, I'm putting them all in the fucking chambers or in a cell, and you guys are all gonna kick each other's ass. The winner of that is gonna be the next rising star. You know what I'm saying? Which reminds me too that I was talking about this behind the scenes the other days with Demon X.
Yeah.
I hate that WWE took off King of the Ring, like right, like
Oh yeah.
that shit
I
was the
can't believe
shit,
they
man.
took that off.
I can't believe that either. They replaced it with Crown Jewel, like really?
It was probably Vince McMahon's idea.
Shout out to Savage, man. Thank you for coming, brother. Yeah, man, for real though. Like, why you like? You see, instead of hurting the brand, you gotta build it. You gotta build the brand, man. And WWE, man, I don't know. I guess they got so much money, and since Vince, I think Vince got old and he fucked up. He wasn't like
Yeah.
doing shit right.
And I think he knew that once the leaks got out saying that he was into getting into some kind of like sexual stuff he had going on, he knew he got caught and was in the wrong, which is why he stepped back from
Yeah,
WWE
you
and
gotta
just
get out the
retired.
you gotta get out the camera's face. You gotta get out the public view where people look at him like, yo, I can't be watching this rapist, this pervert. You know how he used to talk back
Yeah,
in the day. Shout out
because
to
there's
Savage,
kids
man.
who watch WWE, and every time you see Vince McMahon on TV, people are gonna instantly know him as the person who was pervert, a sick and twisted old man.
He was a disrespect. He's a disrespectful son of a bitch, bro. Like the real Vince McMahon, I heard he's a real good person, but like I think the person he plays on TV, the character, I think
Yeah,
that's really him. Like he says
yeah,
it's
I
not,
think so
but I think
too.
that's really him. because it fits him so perfect. Like I don't think he's acting. I think he's just being himself. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I don't know. But talking GW again, right? Um, you like what Savage Vega's doing? Like you see how he gave everybody an opportunity, all the new guys, to get an opportunity for the FTW title. I'm pretty sure Grimlord's gonna answer our questions soon too, cause I've been hitting him up on his DMs and everything, trying to find out what's going on with him and the Gravediggers. Still no answer yet. But tell me what you feel about Savage and what he's doing with the new guys and how he's giving them a shot. How do you think about that?
I think that's pretty thoughtful of him because with giving the new guys a chance to becoming a champion, like that's got to be a big deal. It's like you're putting new guys in a match for a chance to become FTW champion. It motivates them to want to keep continuing to do this Efed and continue to keep coming back every week, expecting to put on a show and then wanting to get better and better. As for me, I've been a four-time FTW champion. I've made that title relevant, and if you can prove yourself and make it work, you can do anything. But overall, I think he's been pretty fair with it. I like what he's got going. I made that title.
That's true. If you had to tell Ada to do something to like to change his brand up a little bit, like to make something better, what would you ask him to change?
I'd probably pitch him an idea on doing like a brand split show.
Like
Like,
what do you mean? Like the way they do SmackDown and Raw?
yeah, like SmackDown and Raw. But I know we did that like a while back, but I think that kind of ended shortly because of when ADOT had that big break and we just got back into it, not thinking really much of it, just putting everybody in one show and all that.
Yeah, I like the draft thing too. It makes sense, but the thing is with that is like sometimes you wanna like for example I want the world champion, right? So if the world champion is on the other brand, then I'm not gonna settle for the underground heavyweight title. You get what I'm saying? Because I want the real title. That's how I
Yeah,
feel about it. Unless you name it something else where it means the same, which it will never mean the same because you can't compare the universal title with the world title. But you know, I think that if he can fix that situation up, that shit is perfect. Because he has 90 something, what 96 calls active. That's crazy. That's unheard of for fucking E-Feds. That's why we're different. Shout out to GEW, man. If you ain't here, you ain't nowhere.
Hell yeah.
tell a friend, tell a friend.
Oh yeah, man. Talking about that, right? Demon.
Yes.
Ask, ask, ask many questions you got to my guest here, Wolf Danger. Our
I
guest
want
here
to know.
tonight.
I was gonna ask him why did he join the purgatory?
Ooh, there we go. Off rip.
So the reason why I joined Purgatory was to expand myself further into like getting deeper into like a heelish character and seeing what I can work with because I've been in my year uh, from 2021 to current. I've only been in two factions, DW and the Defiance, which the Defiance was in another EFED. And overall, I've learned a lot from those groups. And I can take what I've learned from there and build it into my own character, just into like a group to be a heel, if you know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So you pretty much lined yourself up to be like in a main event somewhere soon.
Yeah,
You were recently. Are you still the hardcore champion? I'm not sure how that went.
yeah, I'm still hardcore
So
champion.
you're the GW hardcore champion. You do know that that's a Thursday night main event title when we had the brand split. So I don't know if he's still doing that. We gotta find out. Um, but yeah, no, that's crazy, man. If you've been a wrestling fan for how long now? Like for most of the rest of all your life, kind of thing, or just started watching
Probably
wrestling
more
a
the
few years?
rest of my life.
All right. Well, so then give me give me your top five favorite wrestlers that
We're going
motivated
all
you.
time like legends.
Legends are included, but it's got to be
All
five.
right.
These five are like you can never replace these five that you're about to mention.
Probably number five would have to be Hulk Hogan. Number
Yikes!
four would have to be Roddy Piper.
Hold on.
Number three,
What?
what?
Wait. Let's go back. Let's go back. Hulk Hogan. Why Hulk Hogan? And
Because he made an impact in like the golden era, and then when he moved over to WCW as the Hollywood Hulk Hogan, it just like how he transitioned into it and made it relevant.
yeah, I love that, man. When he became a heel, I was like, wow, this shit is the greatest shit I've ever seen in my life.
Scratch off Roddy Piper. Number five was Hulk Hogan. Number four would probably have to be the Macho Man Randy Savage.
Oh shit.
Number three would have to be
Why Randy Savage though? You gotta give me a reason why you chose this guy.
reason why Randy Savage was because he was a wrestler that he made an impact in the golden era, but was like every time he went out there, he just did his thing, and many people fell in love with what he did. Like it wasn't just his promos or anything. People fell in love with how he wrestling. Just like Owen Hart, people fell in love with him,
You know,
even though he hadn't had much like promo screen time or anything. It happens naturally.
Macho Man or Randy Savage. Well, he's like he like inspired Shawn Michaels to be Shawn Michaels. You get what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So like, you see how like these like I guess it repeats itself. See, because Shawn Michaels is like a version of Randy Savage for his era. You get what I'm saying? And then for the Seth Rollins right now, he's like a mixture of both of them. I could say that Seth Rollins. If you look at Seth Rollins, you can compare him to Randy Savage and Shawn Michaels.
oh yeah.
The way he carries himself, like the visionary gimmick that he has. So like I see that. I can see it.
And then for number three, I'd have to go with once again, like you said, Shawn Michaels because
Shawn Michaels changed the game, man.
he changed the game really. Number two, probably number two, I'd have to go Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Ooh, that's my favorite. That's like my number one. But go ahead. Why Stone Cold Steve Austin? Let me see if it's the same reason why I like him.
Probably because the way he the way he presented himself, even as a face and as a heel, he was always good at what he did on the mic. And whenever it came to in the ring, he performed and excelled the same as when it came to promos. Like if you like The Rock and Stone Cold, they had a good chemistry together. And I feel like if you put The Rock with someone like Triple H, The Rock is the guy to help push the other guy.
Yeah.
If you know what I'm talking about.
No, yeah, you're right. You're right. Well, the reason I say Stone Cold it's exactly what you said also, but Stone Cold is responsible for making wrestling like when wrestling died, when like nobody was really watching it anymore, everybody was living their like, whatever life it was at that time, whatever they were doing. He revived wrestling where he carried it, and the gimmicks wasn't like what Vince McMahon had in mind. Vince McMahon always had in mind like, all right, we're gonna have a Colombian guy, a Cuban guy from Florida, which was Razor Ramon. We're gonna have
Yeah.
like a playgirl kind of model guy like
Maybe.
Rick Martel and Shawn Michaels, right? Stone Cold
Yeah.
came in as a yo, fuck that, fuck you, and this raise hell. You know what I'm saying? He'll kick your ass, kick your boss's ass, drink a beer while at work, and just fucking go ahead and do whatever the fuck you want to do. Like that
Oh yeah.
that shit was badass. That's the attitude era. That's where you was sticking the middle finger out at people, you was flicking the bird at people, you was seeing titties and shit. Like it was
Yeah.
crazy. You know what I mean? Like the attitude era had to be like the greatest era of all time in wrestling.
Oh yeah.
You know?
And
So
then number one, I'd have to go with the Undertaker. He changed the game completely.
his loyalty means a lot. You know, it's funny you say that because you you came back into GW with the mindset that Sting had in WCW. And now you're saying that Undertaker is your favorite one of all times, right? Your favorite wrestler, your number one pick out of your top five. So Sting and Undertaker have two things in common, which is
Mm-hmm.
loyalty, because they never left their brand when they started it. Like as soon as they skyrocketed in their brand, they stood loyal to it to the end, to where it was nothing left for them.
Yeah,
You get
like
what I'm saying?
Sting within TNA.
Exactly.
He started out in the first, then built his way up, and then when he knew it was time to go, he had made that impact. Like he did so much to where there wasn't really much for him to do, and he can go off and expand himself. Like when he returned to WWE in 2015 against Triple H.
Yeah, but that you see that run with the Seth Rollins beef too. The thing is with that run, I didn't like it because he should have been there earlier. You get what I mean?
Yeah,
Like he shouldn't have had the TNA thing. He should have went to WWE as soon as WCW crumbled. Goldberg should have did the same thing. I think they came in late and nobody really had that. They didn't really have that pop anymore. You get what I mean? Like if you would have
yeah,
came fresh in, like Booker T came in. You see Booker T became a legend, but Booker T came in and he was like the face of WCW. You get what I mean? Like
yeah.
at that time, it wasn't. He wasn't the face. The real face of WCW was Sting, um, Hogan,
Goldberg.
Goldberg, right? Kevin Nash, Scott Hall. Kevin Nash, and Scott Hall came back because they figured, come on, this is my boy Triple H and Shawn Michaels is here and all this other shit. So they figured, yo, we got to do this. We got to do it one last good time. And they got old, so nobody really wanted to see it anymore. I think once you hit a certain age, you don't got it anymore. Like I don't want to see Stone Cold come back to the ring right now and wrestle. I don't want to see the Undertaker do that either. The Rock, no, I don't want to see none of these guys do that. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
you did what you did. You made my childhood a great, amazing. Now let my adult uh, inner childhood be amazing with these new guys. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
let Roman Reigns be what Stone Cold was for me. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
and that's another thing too. Roman Reigns, like I love the guy and everything, but it took him so long to become who he is now. Like, they should have did this shit from the beginning, man. Like after the Shield, they should have just boom hit him with the tribal chief shit. Cause
Yeah.
this is his best gimmick, man. You know?
And ironic enough, back in 2014, Roman Reigns actually predicted that he'd be the head of the table.
Yeah.
Like that's some long-term storyline right there.
That storyline's gonna live on for forever now with this family, with the Samoan family that they have. That whole Samoan background that they have, that's gonna continue forever now. So I'm thinking Jey Uso might carry the torch, or maybe Solo Sikoa might carry it after Roman's done. You know what I'm
There's
saying?
one thing I do think is going to happen is when if Roman leaves WWE and pursues acting, I think Solo Sikoa is going to be the next Paul Heyman guy.
I think so. I think that's why CM Punk came back to take Paul Heyman. Because remember, Paul Heyman used to be his body's man too.
Remember when Cesaro was a Paul Heyman guy?
Yeah, I remember
That
a
was
lot of
random.
Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman got the thing. The only thing I don't like about Paul Heyman is that he gets his contracts to his guys where you don't have to show up on the show. Like, come on, dude. Like, I want to see Roman on every SmackDown. I want to see fucking Brock Lesnar on every fucking Raw and SmackDown when it was his time. You get what I'm saying? I don't want to see you only like once every month or once every 2 months. That shit is corny, bro. You know,
Yeah.
it's a lot of things, but we better than that. But I still think Roman's probably one of the greatest of all time.
Hmm.
Not Stone Cold great, but you know he's up there.
You can never replace. You can never replace guys like Stone Cold, Shawn Michaels, Undertaker, The Rock,
Bret Hart,
Bret Hart. Yeah, it's just you can never replace those guys.
it's true. They breathed. They used to breathe this, man. They left their hearts and their blood out there, literally. That's what they do. But shout out to Blake Jarvis, man. Thank you for showing love, brother. Um, yeah, man. But what else? What else? I was gonna ask you something, but instead of be so high, bro, it's crazy. Anyways, just continue. What do you do for when you're outside of the ring, when you're not in character as Wolf Danger? What do you do in real life?
I I go to school for culinary arts, which I'm in college for that. I'm doing my 2 years to get my associate's degree in applied sciences. And after that, I've decided that I was going to join the United States Coast Guard, serve my time years with their culinary, culinary program, which I looked into it today, and they do got it, but it's under the culinary specialist rank. I believe petty officer, either E4, E5, or E6, something like that. And I want to serve my 20 years. After that, go apply to like a so good job, because I'd have a standard high school diploma, a degree in applied sciences, served my years in the Coast Guard. I'd have kind of an advantage, like they'll pick me over someone else.
Gotcha. Yeah, because if you have a military background, well,
Oh yeah,
like Tolo said, he's in the Navy. I guess you get good benefits when you got a military background, and you do get a
mm-hmm.
little extra push because you'll be considered a veteran for your country, and so I get it. That makes sense. That's a good thing, man. Keep up with that, man. Like, don't give that shit up. College is
Oh
important.
no,
A lot of people don't take advantage of the opportunities they got sometimes, and then they realize it when it's too late. But apparently, you're doing it right now, so if I were you, I wouldn't lose that, man. Keep that focus and keep that
go
energy.
and young, come out wealthy, and if I wanted to, after I retire, I could go back in, but as a civilian and work at like a regular job on base.
Yeah. Look like Tolos. Look at Tolos. Like, it's a perfect example. He does what you're going to school for, and he's in the Navy. So you could have easily done this military background and been in college. You could have been in the military and be in college for free because I think military pays you college, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, the military does pay your college.
Yeah.
I think it's the GI Bill or something. I'm not sure.
Yeah, all you gotta do is serve the country. But again, this is probably not like the right time to serve the country. No offense to all my veterans out there and everybody serving the country. Thank you anyway. But if you can prevent it, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes I think wars are started for no reason, and we should prevent them as much as we can. Should have world
Yeah.
peace instead of having this whole drama with other countries and continents with each other and shit. It's fucking terrible. But that's a topic that we got for some other time. We can't talk politics. Can't talk shit like that because people don't like it. GI Bill.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Give me your five least favorite wrestlers. That you're like, you know what? I don't even know why this motherfucker even threw on a pair of boots. You can give me three because there's usually like a million of them, but I'll take three if you have them. That you every time you see them on TV, you're like, you know what? I'm done. Yeah, this is the reason I don't watch wrestling. Like, you know, when you see
Oh,
them.
so like three wrestlers for the reason why I don't watch wrestling?
Yeah, like, this shit's garbage.
Probably Samoa Joe would be number three.
Yikes.
Number two would have to be um, Jeff Hardy, sadly. And
Then
then number one would have to be
TNA Jeff Hardy, right?
yeah, TNA Jeff Hardy.
I know it.
And then number one would probably have to be
Don't you dare say Cody Rhodes.
um Roman Reigns at sometimes.
Really,
Because
Roman?
I like Roman Reigns as a wrestler, but at sometimes it just gets annoying when he holds the title for so long. It becomes washed.
Yeah, it becomes irrelevant. Like, there's no reason why that title should be important now. And it's sad because that's like the main title. That's like the biggest prize of all wrestling. You get what I mean? So like, why are you not defending your title, man? You're a bum. But hey, to each his own, right? That's how you make money in the company. That's how you make your company money too. So, what you gonna do? Well, we got that out the way. Samoa Joe, Jeff Hardy, and sometimes Roman Reigns. Fair enough. I don't think Jimmy Uso has what it takes to become like a main eventer like his brother Jay.
Yeah.
That's just me though. I think Solo surpassed him in that playing field.
I'll give you a hot take right now.
Let's hear it.
Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams are world champion material.
Carmelo Hayes, yeah. I don't know about I don't know about Williams.
I think Trick Williams has like could be like a Carmelo, Carmelo Hayes. I think has what it takes to become like a world champion.
Yeah, more like a Seth Rollins type of title, right? Like what Seth Rollins has.
Yeah.
Yeah. What? So honestly, I think that belt is more valuable. The way they put it out there is more valuable than the fucking Universal title at this point. You see
Oh, yeah.
Seth Rollins every week defending that shit. The
I
people,
sometimes he steals his wife Becky's clothes from her closet. It's
yeah,
shit he wears sometimes on TV.
yeah, he, he he does it because that's his gimmick. But
Yeah.
in reality, man, that dude, like, I think he's on his way out too. I don't think his body can keep taking it. I think he got back problems, some shit like that. So,
Yeah.
and his contract is up in the summer. So, see what happens with that. That's gonna be interesting to see. I see what they're doing with Becky now. Becky, they using her to make the females like superstars.
Oh
Yeah. Well, everybody has their time, and sometimes people gotta like take a bump to let the others take over to be over. So that's how it works in that business.
yeah. Yeah.
And if you haven't seen the movie Iron Claw, I suggest you watch it. It's a dope movie, man. Also, you gotta watch. I don't know if you're on it. The show Heels. It's a series. It's on Stars.
I've heard of it.
Yeah, it's dope. It's connected to wrestling. If you like that kayfabe and all that stuff. You know. So this is the part of the show where you get to ask me or my co-host, or you can ask both of us 5 questions each, and we have to answer them without bullshitting you and give you the straight up answer. And you might even know the answers to some of the questions, and you will know if we're lying or not. So, you want to start with me? You can start with me. You can start with him. Whichever one you want.
I do got one question for the both of y'all.
That's good. Let's reshoot. We in
What
character
is
here.
your what is your honest take on Wolf Danger? Like, be brutally honest.
All right. Brutally honest, I think that your best Wolf Danger was your return, Wolf Danger. To me, I think he was like ruthless, like that. Maybe he wasn't like good as like skill wise, like the first ever Wolf Danger, the legend, FTW legend, you know. But that one was ruthless when you came in all, like all fucking stocky and shit and so fucking.
With the carrying cross gimmick.
Yeah, man. I was like, yo, this fucking guy, bro. She gave me chills, like, you know. And I was like,
Yeah.
this shit was fire. Like that was well played. That was well done. The whole storyline that you did with A Dot and how you made your return. That shit was incredible. And we haven't seen you for a while before that, so I was like, wow, that was unexpected. We didn't hear from you. We didn't get no. All we did was get like little indirects where we saw these little video clips.
Yeah, and when it was around that time, I never talked to anybody in the GW universe. The only people I talked to at the time was A Dot. That's pretty much it.
Yeah. I mean, because he's the one
I
that's.
kept it on the low.
You have to talk to A-Dot because he's the one that's in charge of the stories and stuff, like he's the one that's putting it out there. But, at the end of the day, man, like, I honestly, that's brutally honest, that was like the best shit you ever done with your return. Like, I think that one, like, will wipe his ass with the one that we see now. The Wolf Danger that we got now. There's nothing wrong with the Wolf Danger we got now. That's honest. But he was better. You get what I'm saying? And like he was more of my type of guy, where I would look at it like, if you ask me, oh, who's hot right now to you? Like, who you think is like great right now and like one of your top favorites? I would have picked the Return Wolf Danger, the Dark Wolf. And that's brutally honest, That's just being straight up. I think the Uso in here now. I think he probably dipped on us, but it's all right. I shoot another one. You can shoot me another one.
I don't really got any more questions as of right now.
All right. Well, I'm gonna tell you one thing, right? That whole faction thing that you guys did, I think you guys have potential. Well, it's only three of you that I know of. It's you, Hopkins, and Ghost Edwards, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah.
So, I think you three are like a superstar, like a three-man team. That shit is crazy. I think that you guys have what it takes to become like something like what the Gravediggers are right now. If anybody who's listening and paying attention to this, the Gravediggers is literally the top faction in GW right now. But that's still a topic for another day, like I said. But you guys do three, for real. I think no bullshit. I think you guys have what it takes to like, to take over, basically. That's how I see it. Yeah. Yeah, man. So with that being said, man, ladies and gentlemen, Wolf Danger in the building. This and that, the podcast, the beginning of season 2. We started off kicking it off on YouTube directly. If you ain't on YouTube, make sure you give me a follow, subscribe. Also, give me a follow on Twitch at dime underscore bag underscore Dan. You already know. Also, if you're not paying attention, watch GW, guys. I'm telling you, this shit is crazy. I'm hosting a fight club which is connected to GW, but it's only strictly call outs. So make sure if you're in the GW community, get your call outs in. We're going to get you on the air on Twitch and on YouTube. As you can see, we have dozens of episodes, and they're going to keep coming. And GW is back, and we ain't going nowhere. We also moving on to other things besides wrestling for the future. Global production takeover starts now, 2024, just in case. Before we leave, also, I want to give a shout out to my sponsors. You can listen to this podcast directly on Spotify. The link is right there on the bottom of the page. Also, don't forget to give me a follow over there as well and listen. And I would like to thank Wolf Danger again for coming on the show.
Yeah, man, thanks for having me on.
Yeah, brother, you're a fucking amazing talent. And I see nothing but bright shit coming out of you, man. Like, and the real shit, good luck to you in that school thing that you're doing right now in college. And if you're going to join the military, I recommend you take Toto's advice because he's literally in the Navy, and you're looking to be in the military next to the water. I think you're better off in the Navy than the Coast Guard. Ain't that right, Toto?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to all the veterans who've served this country, and shout out to all the people who are currently serving.
That is correct, man. Thank you guys. It means a lot. And again, thank you also to Demon X for showing up as my co-host. You know, it's my brother right there. You already know. Jeannie Ja is also one of my co-hosts. She'll be around for the future podcast and show too. We've got another show tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Get with it, live on YouTube. So, this was another episode of This and That, Season 2, the beginning. We started off